Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode of Crafting with Class. Today, I have the Griffin Diorama card dies from Create 8 tutorial and lots of examples to share with you. So let's get started. This is the diorama card die. So when you purchase it, this is what you get, the beautiful inspiration sheet. You get 2 sheets of die. So this is what you will need to make a single box card with the lid. You will need the lid, so cut that out, and then you're going to need one of the box cards. So when you cut it out, it will be like this. Okay, so here is the lid, and then here is the box card. And when you cut it out, you're going to have all your score lines. It's all done for you. If you're going to do a double box card, then you will need to cut out 2 of them. So you're going to cut out the 2. You don't need the lid. So 2 of those box cards, and then you're going to need to cut one strip that is 3/4 by 7, and that is the hinge so that your boxes connect. So let's go ahead and start with the single box card, and then we'll do the double one. Here I've cut out the box and the lid. So we're going to start with the box, and the die creates all the score lines for you. And so I definitely recommend a bone folder, something to help you with those creases and make them as absolutely sharp as possible. What I found with this die set is that precision makes for perfection. Sorry for the alliteration, but the crisper, the sharper your folds are, the nicer it's going to come together. So this is one where you want to take your time and really burnish everything well. So you start off on the long sides, and so I'm going to fast forward here because it's just folding in all those crease marks. And so I am doing that to all 4 sides. You have 4 score lines that the die creates on each side. So you want to fold them all well. And then you have the little tabs. So here is the lid. The lid only has 1 score mark. Now, the dies will make different lines on the paper, but the way you can always tell which is the actual score mark is because the score mark will go all the way edge to edge. So always double check and make sure that the line you're folding is a line that goes, in fact, edge to edge. So just burnish that. Now you're going to flip it over so that basically you're like on the nice side of your paper, and you're going to put adhesive on all those end spots. Now you can use whatever type of adhesive you like. I use a combination of the score tape and wet glue, so it gives me the stick so I don't have to wait forever for it to hold down, and then I use the glue just to give me a little wiggle time. So you're going to add it to the side, and this is the inside of that lid. So that's all that needs. And then, so now what you're going to do is you're going to start to put it together. So you're going to remove the adhesive liner from the long side first. I'm going to add just a little bit of glue, especially on those edges, to make sure those edges get adhesive. And I'm going to roll it and then press down to make sure that makes good contact. Now, what you want to check for is that tab is flush with the side. You don't want it to be like in a triangle or to be skewed in any way, because that's going to mess with how this lays out. So if it's not like a perfect square, then it's going to get wonky, or it's going to turn out wonky. So just take a little extra time. This is why I like using a little bit of wet glue in case I need to rearrange it. And, I have that little bit of wiggle room. And then I always check to make sure everything is where it needs to be. And if you need to, you can stick like a paintbrush in there or a skewer, something just to give you a little help with that. You're going to bring in those little tabs in first. I'm using wet glue for this part. So this is going to attach to the box. And then I add a little bit of glue on the sides, as you can see here. And this will again reinforce those sides so that I can have a nice clean edge, because you'll end up with mitered corners. And so if those edges are adhered well, then the mitered corners will be flush and everything will be seamless. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that liner, add a little bit of glue, especially to those ends. And then I'm going to roll it so that it is flushed with the side. And then it will create that mitered corner, which, and to a type A crafty person like me, that just makes me happy when it's just perfectly seamless. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for this last one. So add the glue, take your time, make sure everything's aligned. And then once everything is ready to go, then go ahead and attach your last one. So you're going to roll it into place, paying attention to those corners, making sure that they meet exactly how you want them to. And then you can see here, oh, look at that. Yes, my type A person, crafty personality is quite happy. So as you can see, it's not skewed, it's not wonky. So just take your time. And then the lid will go on just like that. And then you have your diorama box. On to the double diorama. So you will need 2 of the boxes. No lid is necessary. And then the strip that will be the hinge that is 7 by 3/4 inches. You're going to fold them both just like you did on the one that we just did. Now I have them ready. So I'm going to set those aside. I'm going to take that little strip. You want to fold it in half, but again, I'm very type A, so I'm going to go ahead and score it first. So if you score it at 3/8, that will be the middle, and then I can take my bone folder to burnish, and then it'll be a nice crease. The next thing you want to do is add adhesive to those 2 sides, just like so. Sorry, I'm out of frame a little bit. Again, you can use whatever adhesive you like. And then you're going to attach your 2 boxes. You want to make sure that they open like a book. And then you're just going to lay this on top. So I'm going to remove the adhesive liner, and then I'm going to go ahead and carefully make sure the boxes are lined up together. And then I'm going to carefully place this strip on top, press it down, and then carefully open it up. And then I'd like to press in from the middle just to make sure everything is good. And that's what all you need to do for the double diorama box. And then all you have left to do is decorate. Here are some examples. This is one that is going to my grandma. We did this one at Create, and then I added my own little touches because she likes orchids and things like that. So I added those in there, but this is a single diorama. And then this next one is also a single diorama, but this one has a peekaboo, little aperture where you can see the sentiment from the outside. And when you open it up, there you can see that just blooming garden there. And actually, this was a technique, I don't even know what it's called, but I wanted to do it for so long. But you just put all the flowers on a paper, and then you lift them with dimensional adhesive, and so all the flowers are in different layers, and it looks super cool in person. So there's another type of diorama box with the aperture. This one is going to my son. We're going to Disneyland with my son and my daughter-in-law and my younger son. We're going to put a picture in there. I'm going to put his ticket where the picture will go, and then as you can see, I made a little shaker, a floating shaker in the middle. So this was fun, and I have a tutorial coming up on that one if you're interested. And then this one I showed you already during my Create review. And so I made this for my grandma again for Christmas, and so she wouldn't have to fuss with a ribbon closure. I did this magnetic closure, which will be easy for her to be able to get in and out, or open and close it, I should say. And then here's what the inside looks like, and I put lots of her favorite things in it. And so there is another type of closure besides the ribbon closure. You can do magnetic closure or no closure. And here is one I'm giving to a friend of mine whose birthday is coming up. So I made a double one for her. And on the left, I have a gift card for her, and I made it girly and fun. And that little dress is actually an old Anna Griffin, like folding embellishment thing. It's old, but that's where it's from. And so when I have these types of cards, I have to make a box for them. And so this is a box that I made for my friend's card. It is a 1 inch width, but it can go a little bit more. It has a little more give. So here's the card as you can see. It fits in there perfectly. And you just tuck the ribbon because this is a side ribbon closure, but it's not a problem. Just tuck it in, close the box, and then I can hand it to her. So I hope that you enjoyed all the ideas that I've shared with you on this awesome diorama box card. I mean, these are not new types of cards, but what Anna did was make it easy, right? So because it, scoring and all that does take accuracy for them to come out right. And so that's the part that she made easy. So thank you so much also for requesting the tutorial, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until next time, bye.